Hello, one and all, and welcome to our cozy little cabin. May it offer you some respite from the biting cold of this season. And though the weather out there may be harsh and uninviting, I believe we've got just the thing for you to keep warm and cheery. That's right, a YouTube video presentation about video games. We've got some recent updates, information on upcoming titles, and maybe even a secret reveal or two. So please, grab your favorite snack, wrap yourself in a cozy blanket, and come along for our Whitethorn Winter. First, let's start by taking a look back at some recent updates to some of your favorite titles. Available now on PC and coming soon to consoles, Apico's latest update introduces butterflies, solitary bees, and new crafting recipes to build up your apiaries. Calico's Possum Edition, available now on all platforms, brings new animal friends to the island, as well as a completely reworked cooking minigame. Princess Farmer's Magical Journey has brought her all the way to mobile. Now you can enjoy the new outfits and daily quests on your favorite iOS and Android device. Also, the Whitethorn Games Store has received an update. We've got new pins, apparel, and more, including the remaining limited edition teacup and Pudgems plushies. Get yours now before they're gone at whitethorngames.com/shop. And finally, our most recent launch. Next up, a behind-the-scenes look at an upcoming psychological thriller inspired by a true story. Here's Brian to tell you more about the Forest Cathedral.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian Wilson and I'm the developer of the Forest Cathedral, a first-person environmental thriller set on a remote island. Playing as scientist Rachel Carson, players will slowly uncover the effects of a pesticide by using advanced environmental technology to solve 2D and 3D connected puzzles. At first I was fascinated with the idea of a dynamic platformer and what that would even look like. So I kept fixating on being able to play something on a screen that exists within another 3D world, where the person who is playing is looking at a screen like a TV or a computer monitor and is controlling a first-person character who is also looking at another screen and is playing a game inside of it. So this creates the possibility of what you do in the 3D world affecting the 2D world and vice versa. And that can happen in that sliver of 3D environment that you can see, but might actually not, since you're so locked into the 2D screen. I'm always looking to bring outside sources into my games. I definitely need to explore new worlds after taking a step back from game development and bring those inspirations back in so I can tell my version of that story. I initially learned about Rachel in Silent Spring in college and thought it would only be one aspect of my next game, but after researching it, I realized that there was just so much more there and that it needed to be its own game. I was primarily drawn to the impact Rachel made locally to me in Western Pennsylvania after learning she grew up near Pittsburgh.
My theory is...
The Forest Cathedral is a reimagining of the events inspired by Silent Spring, which allows me to tell my own scientific story. What's cool is I get to shed light on some of the true events and scientific facts that are nested in immersive gameplay true to my world. Somehow it's been 3.5 years since I first started development, which is a little bit longer than I intended, but I guess that's how that usually goes, right? I mean, since then I've gotten to do a bunch of amazing things, like demo the game at different conferences and conventions across the country, get featured in Edge magazine, and most importantly, the efforts we put into making the game accessible. I already had a few features implemented early on, but with the help of Phoebe Shalloway and Britt Dye, we were able to make the game truly accessible, and that's something we're genuinely proud of.
Good morning, little man. Guess what? I have a joke. Okay, so. Still happening?
I'm happy to present the Forest Cathedral.
Mosquitoes just dropped dead.
My goodness, a thing like that. Hello again. It's a pleasure to meet you, little man. My name's Rachel, and it looks like we'll be working together this summer.
Can you send some of that stuff over my way? I'm getting eaten up over here.
Hello, Mr. Val. No, it's still happening.
Just splendid. Put the water levels.
I can't wait for you to return home.
Something wrong. How so?
Exactly. Ah, little man, it's great to see you.
Even if that was true, who cares?
Don't you love when you finally nail that trick that you've been working on? Well, you might not know it, but so do the fish. In this upcoming title, the only way to reel in your catch is to impress it. Here's a first look at the upcoming SkateFish.
Hi, I'm Shovel, and I'm here to give an update about my first game debut, Whalefall. Whalefall's development team has been hard at work on the first major title developed by Whitethorn Games. Whalefall takes place in a world where sky whales live in cloud seas high above our heads. So I live and work with my friends at Fort Riverwatch. We protect all of the Skygazer planes, but it's pretty quiet, so I usually just end up adding to my rock collection. Look, I'm not supposed to give away too much about the story, but you can keep a secret, right? People really love those magic crystals from the sky whales, but it's a long time between each whalefall. Something kind of scary happens and people start talking about serious things like treaties and battles and saving the world. But then it gets fun. Me and my friends get to go all across the world and meet new people and try to make new friends. If you play Whalefall, you'll get to learn more about our world, gather a party of courageous and crafty adventurers like me, on an adventure to stop all the fighting and keep everyone safe. You're going to love all the friends we will meet during Whalefall. Everybody has their own story to tell. Okay, technical time. The gameplay consists of traditional turn-based RPG battles that reward predicting your opponent's moves, hex grid strategy battles that reward proper positioning, and visual novel storytelling with character backstories, friendships, and relationships to pursue. Wow, I guess love can bloom on the battlefield. You'd make such a cute couple, Commander. Ahem. Today we have a brand new trailer to share that introduces some of the friendly and not so friendly characters you'll encounter on the continent of Osfeld. Please take a look and I hope everyone has a happy day. Bye!
Yes, I saw the sky whale and that huge city on its back. Our home, the Great Athos. She was murdered. Many died in the crash. You humans really don't know anything about them, do you? Yet you so greedily fight over their bodies. Why, after all these years of peace, are the Stone Shield marching to war?
Oh yes, slay them all. Soldiers, do not let them leave the city alive.
They're not going to hurt the Great Tree, are they? Without it, there aren't going to be any more Solana.
Only the unworthy perish, so you should be fine.
We're here to discuss an alliance against the Stone Shield.
We'll do it together, Commander.
Even I'm a little tempted to rip your arms off.
My name's Rosetta. Want some help taking out the Stone Shield trash?
You aren't getting any more out of me. Draw your weapon. Let's end this.
I don't know who you are, but I don't want to fight you. Please don't make us go through you.
Not backing out now, are you?
Oh, that reminds me. What is the policy on fraternization in the Skygazer Plains Army?
You do tend to make an impression on people, Commander.
Hey, I'm Matt, CEO at Whitethorn Games. Thanks for taking the time to check out Whalefall today. We're super excited to share more of the game with you, and I hope you'll take some time to go and throw it a wish list and follow us at Whalefall Game on Twitter. Stay tuned.
Embark on a gorgeous journey across the stars. At least until something goes wrong. And now it's up to you to save the crew. Here's a quick glimpse into the world of Tinselfly. The words exploration, magic, and cooking interest you? Then I'll go ahead and let this next trailer do the talking for me. Here's a first look at a brand new title. exploring the gardens of an English manor and tending to its forgotten flora. I couldn't imagine a more relaxing experience. Here's a look into the development of Balloon Studios' Botany Manor.
Hello everyone. My name is Laura and I'm the creative director at Balloon Studios. We're working on a game called Botany Manor. Botany Manor is a game about growing plants and exploring an old historic manor. You play as a retired botanist called Arabella Green, who is putting together a herbarium about forgotten flora. The plants you grow in the game are unique and come with special requirements. It's up to you to research various clues, such as letters, posters and books, to figure out exactly what the plant needs to grow. You can then interact with items in the manor to prepare their ideal environment. The idea of Botany Manor came to me after I moved to the UK. There are so many historical houses to visit here, and it is one of my favourite things to do. I really liked the idea of making a game where you can explore such a place, but in a peaceful, cozy way. It's for that reason I made the creative decision that you as the player own the house and you can stay as long as you like. I also wanted to bring my love for nature to the game. I really enjoy learning cool facts about plants and animals, especially when they work closely together. Plants can have really interesting and surprising qualities, which I used for inspiration in the game. The plants in the game are fantastical, but still heavily grounded in realism. The past few months, we've been up to lots of exciting things. We officially announced our game through a Nintendo Indie World and created our very first teaser trailer. We also launched the Steam page, where you can add Botany Manor to your wishlist. At the moment, we're focusing on adding new puzzles and new areas to the game. I thought I'd share a little bit of behind the scenes footage of how we design the world of Botany Manor. First, we make a white box of a room, then make sure the lighting looks nice, and after that we create all the 3D art. The last room we added was a drawing room, a cozy seating nook where you can read a book and relax. For the puzzles, we've been designing lots of new flowers and concepting what they could look like. One of these is the Fulguria, a flower that only grows during thunderstorms. You'll need to find a way to recreate its environment by using the flash lamp of the camera inside the drawing room. Maybe this tiny bottle of flash powder contains some information about how to create a flash? We're excited to share more plans with you soon, but in the meantime, you can follow us on TikTok to see more behind the scenes footage.
Do you want to learn how to read hiragana and katakana? Maybe you're tired of all the flashcards and pop quizzes. Or maybe you just want to play an awesome, ever-evolving puzzle game and develop a real-world skill while you're at it? Well, check out Kana Quest. shipwrecked on the shores of an island lost to time. But at least there are friends to be made here. Polygon Treehouse has a behind-the-scenes look at the mysteries that you'll uncover in Mythwrecked, Ambrosia Island.
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Alex.
I'm Melindy, and we're making Mythwrecked, Ambrosia Island.
You play as Alex, a backpacker taking a much-needed vacation from modern life when they're shipwrecked in a mysterious storm.
On the island, you'll find and make friends with the long-lost Greek gods, restore their memories, save the island, and find a way home.
The idea behind Mythwrecked actually came out of COVID restrictions. No one could travel anywhere, no one could see their friends or their loved ones. So a game set on an idyllic, sun-drenched island where you get to meet new people and make new friendships was something we found really appealing.
Something strange is going on. The gods have forgotten who they are and have locked themselves away from each other.
Luckily, you can help restore their memories by finding their lost mementos as you explore the island.
After you've introduced yourself, you can add your new friends to your Ambrosia Dex device and use its radar to track down their lost belongings.
Think of it as a magic metal detector that works off the power of friendship. Once found, these lost treasures can be returned to their owners to jog their memories and take a step closer to solving the mystery of Ambrosia Island.
Finding mementos is not the only way you can help your new friends.
There's something the gods love more than anything, ambrosia fruit, an impossibly delicious fruit that grows in abundance on the magical island.
You can collect the fruit as you explore, although some may grow in harder to reach spots than others.
The gods will jump at the chance to swap the fruit that Alex collects for extra special items.
For example, you can swap fruit with Hermes for some of his special winged keys that open fast travel portals around the island.
These make it easier and quicker to get around the island.
Each god has their own speciality, so make sure to grab as much fruit as you can.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at our game, and we look forward to welcoming you to Ambrosia Island and to Mythwrecked in 2023 on PC and on consoles, and you can wishlist the game now on Steam. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And now we're approaching the final segment of today's presentation, a breakdown of all of the options that our developers have implemented as we try to make our games as accessible as possible. But first, we've got just one last reveal for you. Please take a look.
We'll have more information to share on Kernel Hearts in the future, but for now, let's turn it over to Britt to talk about accessibility.
Hi everyone, I'm Britt and I'm the Usability and Accessibility Specialist here at Whitethorn Games. We've had such an exciting year with a lot of growth and a lot of learning in how to make our games as accessible as we can. Between new releases and upcoming titles, Whitethorn and our studio partners are working hard to continue bringing you all low-stress games that are accessible to as many of you as possible. I have a lot of exciting things to talk about, including accessibility features in our upcoming titles, but first let's begin with a review in our year in accessibility. While this isn't an all-inclusive list, here's a look at a few accessibility highlights from some of our 2022 release titles. Princess Farmer, a Magical Bunny Match 3 and visual novel, was released in March with accessibility baked into the game's design. In Princess Farmer, you can change up your playstyle with 3 settings for puzzles and matching. There's single-stick gameplay with on-the-fly button holds or presses for moving, pulling, and throwing veggies, as well as a match flash toggle. Being part visual novel, Princess Farmer has a host of options for text and readability, including toggles for text movement and styles, and player dialogue choices can be chosen using color or symbol focus handlers. Apico, the cozy base building, crafting, and beekeeping simulator, was released in May with high contrast text and inventory slots. With the crafting and myriad of machines, Apico lessened the need for player input by automating machines and auto-expanding in-game tooltips. It also allows your bee offspring to always mutate, removing some of the RNG and difficulty associated with discovering new bee species. Apico's content update, released in November, I Can't Believe It's Not Butterflies, introduced multiple ways to switch up game difficulty by removing RNG for the new bees and butterflies. In addition to the 2022 releases, some old favorites have updated accessibility options during the past year. In Witchwood, you can now toggle button holds and portrait movement. It also has increased button prompt size and added UI scaling. In Beasts of Maryville Island, enjoy a plain text overlay for Marina's journal. There are also brightness and contrast sliders to improve customization for visibility. And Lake introduced its new key remapping feature so you can deliver mail while enjoying lakeside views your way. We are always learning and growing by listening to our community, and we're continuously building our accessibility toolkit. We hope to continue building and growing with every release, which is why we are so excited to share with you a sneak peek at just a few of the accessibility designs and features that will be available in upcoming titles. You may have seen the Forest Cathedral's Accessibility Spotlight video in Devin McClure's article on Screen Rant, or Brian and I's Game Developer Deep Dive. The 2D platforming puzzles around Science Island are challenging, but there are multiple ways to adjust the difficulty. Give yourself a bit more time to react or reduce overall button presses with the float option, or remove death by spikes with the no spikes mode. You can toggle these options at any time during the gameplay, letting you customize puzzle by puzzle if you wish. Subtitles and journal text can be changed to Open Dyslexic, and you can customize your inputs with remapping for most actions in the game. In Mythwrecked, play as Alex and help the gods find mementos they've lost using the Ambrosia Dex. Its radar function is designed to provide visual, audio, and haptic information when you're getting close to those hidden treasures. Once you find the mementos, bring them to their rightful owners quickly and efficiently with a sprint assist toggle that lets you sprint with just a single button press, which you can customize in Mythwreck's key remapping feature alongside most other actions. Being a friend-em-up, you'll get to learn a lot about the gods on the island through written dialogue, so choose between light or dark mode text bubbles for the sans serif text. If you get tired of pressing a button for each dialogue prompt, toggle dialogue autoplay and adjust the autoplay speed or turn off text scrolling to relax and enjoy the tales, talks, and gossip at a continuous pace. In Botany Manor, you'll be breathing new life to forgotten flora by discovering clues around a beautiful manor and grounds. With Botany Manor's high contrast highlight for interactable items, see exactly what may offer insight into the lives of your lovely plants and flowers. These clues can come in many forms, through notes, labels, objects, posters, among many other ways. Turn the clues by hand or use inspection assistance with digital inputs. You can be assured to read them carefully using an optional plain text overlay. Take your time exploring the manor, or if you're right on the cusp of a magnificent discovery, you can toggle sprint with a single button press. Flora is a young witch creating magical delicacies in an unfamiliar town full of new people and hidden secrets. You traverse the city and make discoveries through adventurous platforming puzzles. These puzzles are, by design, not meant to be punishing. In Magical Delicacy, you can tailor your platforming experience. Better see your path to adventure with platform and character highlights, or by turning on high contrast platforms. You can also desaturate the background for greater visibility and focus while navigating the city and collecting herbs with or without a time-based minigame. In Magical Delicacy, you'll have the choice of switching between multiple typefaces across all in-game text, and UI scaling can improve readability when interacting with people, taking new delicacy orders, or shopping for ingredients. We hope you're all as excited as we are to be working on creating more accessible game experiences. We are learning and growing in our accessibility journey, and we're looking forward to making new partnerships, growing our accessibility toolkit, continuing to incorporate accessible design and features by working with our developers to bring you cozy, accessible games in the future. Thank you.
And that's it for today. On behalf of Whitethorn and all the developers that we work with, thank you so much for watching. And if there's anything that you saw today that piqued your interest, please feel free to drop a wish list on your favorite platform. It helps us more than you believe. Thanks again, and you all have a wonderful rest of your winter. I'll see you next time.